The 2026 Suzuki Jimny has always been a little legend in the off-road world. And now the 2026 version is coming in, hot with some big updates that keep its character alive while making it more modern than ever. For years, people have loved the Jimny for its rugged charm, its boxy styling, and the way it can handle rough terrain without breaking a sweat. And let's be real, it's one of the few compact SUVs that feels like a true adventure buddy. The 2026 Jimny keeps that same spirit, but takes things up a notch. First thing that hits you is the design. Suzuki isn't trying to reinvent the wheel here, and that's a good thing. The Jimny still has that boxy, no-nonsense look that fans adore. It's compact, it's upright, and it just looks ready for anything. But for 2026, they've refined some details. The front end looks a little sharper, with modernized LED headlights and a cleaner grille that feels more premium while still being rugged. The wheel arches are chunkier, giving it that muscular stance, and there's a new set of alloy designs that scream adventure. It's still instantly recognizable as a Jimny, but with a fresh twist that makes it stand out. Now, under the hood is where things get really interesting. The 2026 Jimny is stepping into the electrified era with a hybrid engine option. Don't worry, it hasn't lost its off-road soul. The hybrid setup is all about efficiency without sacrificing capability. Suzuki knows the Jimny is a global car that people take everywhere, from city streets to mountain trails. And this hybrid powertrain makes it more eco-friendly and wallet-friendly while still giving you that torque you need when you're climbing rocks or powering through mud. And yes, a traditional petrol option is still expected in some markets, but the hybrid is definitely the headline. Speaking of off-road, this is where the Jimny shines. And Suzuki made sure not to mess with the formula. You still get that ladder frame chassis, which is rare these days in such a small SUV. You've got a proper four-wheel drive system with low-range gearing, which is basically the secret sauce that makes the Jimny so good at tackling the tough stuff. Ground clearance has been slightly improved, so it's even better at crawling over obstacles. They've also worked on refining the suspension, so it's more comfortable on regular roads, while still being rugged when you take it off the beaten path. For a vehicle this size, the Jimny continues to punch way above its weight in capability. Step inside and you'll notice the biggest transformation. The older Jimny had charm, but it was pretty basic. The 2026 model adds a lot more comfort and tech. Without losing that simple, utilitarian vibe, the dashboard is now cleaner and more modern, with a larger infotainment screen sitting front and center, complete with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The materials feel more upscale, with softer touches where you need them. But it still has that durability that makes you feel like you can hose the mud out after a weekend adventure. There are more driver assist features too, like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, which is a big leap for the Jimny. It's still compact inside, but Suzuki has made clever use of space, adding more storage options and making the rear seats fold flat for a surprisingly practical cargo area. Now let's talk pricing, because that's a big part of what makes the Jimny so appealing. Suzuki has always positioned it as a budget-friendly off-roader, and the 2026 model is expected to keep that philosophy. Exact numbers depend on where you live, but it should remain one of the most affordable ways to get a true 4x4 with real off-road hardware. Yes, the hybrid tech might push the price up a bit compared to the last generation, but it's still going to undercut most of its rivals by a wide margin. You're basically getting a mini G-Wagon vibe without spending luxury SUV money. When you compare it to past models, the new Jimny feels like a natural evolution. It hasn't abandoned what made it special. Instead, it's doubled down on its strengths while smoothing out the rough edges. It's still boxy, still tough, still charming, but now it's greener, smarter, and more comfortable. Fans of the old Jimny will appreciate that. Suzuki didn't try to make it into a generic crossover, and newcomers who want something unique, affordable, and genuinely capable will find a lot to love here. At the end of the day, the 2026 Suzuki Jimny is proof that small doesn't mean weak, and affordable doesn't mean boring. It's one of those rare vehicles that puts a smile on your face the moment you see it, and backs it up with real performance when you need it. Whether you're a city driver who wants a quirky, stylish SUV or an adventurer looking for a trusty companion to hit the trails, the new Jimny seems to tick all the boxes. So what do you think? Is the 2026 Jimny the perfect mix of old-school charm and modern updates? Or do you think Suzuki should have gone even bolder with the redesign? Personally, I love that they've kept it true to its roots while giving us the upgrades we've been asking for. It feels like a car that's not just built for today, but ready for the future.